Another question. Colby Clough is 19 and works at a local grocery store. Colby.
Hello, Mayor Pete. My question is, what is your opinion, if any, about the Democratic Party possibly impeaching Trump and making it so people think twice about voting for a Democrat in 2020?
Well, I think that if you look at the conduct of this administration and the conduct of this president, there's no question that it is beyond the pale morally. To put it politely, it is legally questionable too. And he may well have done things that deserve impeachment, but that's for Congress to decide. My role, not as a member of Congress, but as a candidate, is to try to get a new president in a different way. In other words, I think that the thing that would really put an end not just to this presidency, but to the divisiveness, to the corruption, to the behavior, and to the cover that congressional Republicans, many of whom you can just tell know better, but they're giving it cover because they think they have to politically. The best way, in my view, to change that equation is for there to be an enormous defeat for this president and what he represents at the ballot box.
Again, I would like to just pursue that a little bit with you, Mayor. Let's talk about, and I'm less talking about policies than the dynamic of running against Donald Trump, because as we saw in 2016, he is a formidable candidate and a very unconventional candidate. Right. He's already making fun of your name. He's making fun of your looks, comparing you to Alfred E. Newman. If you say, "What me worry right now," I'll give you $10, by the way. But seriously, how would you deal with him? Because that's one of the concerns, I think, for Democrats. Who can be on the debate stage, and how would you handle the insults and the attacks and the tweets and all of that?
The tweets are, I don't care. And that gets a lot of applause here. The fact is, it's a very effective way for him to reach tens of millions of Americans. Well, it's a very effective way to command the attention of the media. And I think that we need to make sure that we're changing the channel from this show that he's created. Because what matters, and I get it, look, it's mesmerizing. It's hard for anybody to look away. Me too. It is the nature of grotesque things that you can't look away. But every time we're looking at the show and the latest tweet and the latest silly insult, what we're not looking at is the fact that we're the ones trying to get you a raise and they're the ones blocking it. We're the ones trying to preserve your health care and they're the ones trying to take it away. We are the ones who are actually prepared to deliver on something like paid family leave, and they're against it. Their positions, as a general rule, are unpopular. And if we focus on what's going to happen in your life, in other words, if we make it less about him and more about you, paradoxically, I think that's actually the best way to defeat him. Now, the other thing we've got to do is we've got to find people where they are. You know, a lot of folks in my party were critical of me for even doing this with Fox News. And
I've heard that.
and I get where that's coming from, especially when you see what goes on with some of the opinion hosts on this network. I mean, when you got Tucker Carlson saying that immigrants make America dirty, when you've got Laura Ingraham comparing detention centers with children in cages to summer camps, then there is a reason why anybody has to swallow hard and think twice before participating in this media ecosystem. But I also believe that even though some of those hosts are not always there in good faith, I think a lot of people tune into this network who do it in good faith. And there are a lot of Americans who my party can't blame if they are ignoring our message, because they will never hear it if we don't go on and talk about it. And so it's why, whether it's going into the viewership of Fox News or whether geographically it's going into places where Democrats haven't been seen much, I think we've got to find people where they are, not change our values, but update our vocabulary so that we're truly connecting with Americans from coast to coast.
All right, Mayor, we've got to take a break here. Coming up.